What is up, YouTube? Welcome to another episode, and it's been quite a while since I've said these words. It's much appreciated people that have stuck with this channel during my inactivity, and I do apologize for that. If you have watched my other videos, you probably understand why I have been inactive, because I simply didn't enjoy FIFA 13 at all. But I did say I'll be back for FIFA 14, or I tried to be, and there's been some news in the last couple of days, and as well a trailer. The trailer link is in the description below if you have not already checked it out. So what I want to do is basically a roundup of the two and give you my opinion on these changes, how they will affect you and Ultimate Team. So the first thing I would really want to talk about is chemistry style. This is a big thing for FIFA 14, and it's replacing formation cards. So when you buy packs, you will not get formation cards anymore. You'll only get chemistry styles. So the cool thing without no formation cards is you can have a striker in a 4-5-1 like Closer and put him in another team in a 4-4-2 and he'll be fine as long as he gets the links Nation and Syria, like in pretty much most Ultimate Team games. So the cool thing with that is you don't have to have duplicate of players because you have a Dede in a 3-5-2 and a 4-1-2-1-2, etc. That's a really cool thing. And what they've done is change the way that you can improve your players with chemistry style. So when you go into a game, you usually get a boost, a chemistry boost. If you've got full chem, you get plus attributes on most attributes on your player. For example, in the older games, you'll probably get, say, +2 on shooting, +2 on passing, +2 on heading, if everyone is 100% chemistry and 9 chem in game. And the cool thing with that is, it gave you a boost, it made your players better. Well, what you can do now is actually dictate where the chemistry will go with chemistry style. So when you go into a game, you know that the chemistry is going to these areas, and what you can do is focus in on attributes the player needs and make them even better and more viable. So what I mean by this is Ronaldinho. Put Ronaldinho in the centre mid in the 4-5-1, and okay, he's lacking pace and probably even slower than in FIFA 14 than he was on 13. But what you can do with him is give him a shadow chemistry card, which is on the right mid and left mid in this picture. That will give you +3 on defending and +3 on pace. Well, guess what? He's going to have a nice pace increase, and given them the defending ability, it will make him more of an anchor in that position and good enough to play there, because you don't want a centre mid with 30-40 defending. But if you increase that a little, it will improve him in the team. So you could make Ronaldinho in the centre mid spot even better and more viable for this formation. And that is a really cool thing, because it will take more insight of putting these cards on the right players in the right formations. Different players in different formations. For example, in a more offensive 4-3-3, you're not going to have the shadow ability on your wingers, but in a 3-5-2 you are, because you want the defending ability and you want the pace. You want them to be defensive wingers. I think this is a really cool addition to the game, and I really wasn't the biggest fan of formation cards anyway, so I think this is a great step forward. So what this will mean for you, as you can see, when you go to apply the consumable now in FIFA 14, is now you can actually go into categories. Now, I've got to say, this is probably one of the best things I saw in the whole trailer, is how many times have you gone to put cards on players and you've had to scroll 5-6+ pages. It gets a bit tedious, especially if you have to do it on quite a few players. These categories are so much more handy and so much more user friendly. It's a great addition to have. But as you can see, on the player you select, you go over to chemistry style. So these are definitely going to be something that you go into get impacts. They're literally replacing formation cards. And as you can see, these are some of the cards that you could scroll through. For example, I think they were selecting the anchor card for a basic. A basic is basically a player that hasn't got any of these chemistry styles onto them. So they're basically raw and something that you just got out of a pack with no chemistry style to them. So every player doesn't have a chemistry style, which makes those basics probably going to be cheaper than ones with chemistry styles. And this is how trading is going to work. For example, in FIFA 13, some players like in a 5-2-2-1 were not that expensive. Like say Daniel Sturridge, as you can see on your screen, he was going to be quite cheap in that formation. But in a 4-1-2-1-2, he's going to be 3-4+ K more, because it's a rare formation and it's a more used or more expensive formation to buy the cards for. It's going to be the exact same for player chemistry styles. So if you have a basic Daniel Sturridge, yeah, he's going to be a few K. But if you have a Daniel Sturridge with, say, an ability that's really overpowered, for example, the sniper or the shadow or the finisher, then it's going to raise his price. And that's how you're going to do trade. And you can search for these chemistry styles on players. And this is basically the formation trade. And instead of formations that you're looking for, you're now looking for with players with chemistry styles. And I think that's really cool. One little thing to note just before we end this little section is you can see the rarity from this area. Powerhouse, it looks like it's not going to be too rare, even though it's a rare card. Then you have GRD, which is, they have 4 of them, 3 anchors, 1 is Shadow and 1 Sniper. Shadow looks really OP, 3 on pace, 3 on defending. That'd be great for every CM, CDM, wingers, defenders, right backs, and centre backs. It's going to be so overpowered, Shadows on centre backs. So they're going to be really rare and really expensive. So they're the ones you're going to look for. You're going to look for like a Chiellini with a shadow, and he's going to be more expensive than a Chiellini with basics. So that is how you're going to trade, and that's how it's going to affect you, chemistry styles in FIFA 14. Next topic is card style. And I've got to be honest, my first impression was they're okay, nothing special. I do prefer FIFA 13's cards, but the more that I look at them, the more I see them, I think they're definitely going to grow on me. I think when I get the game, I'll be okay with them. But put your views in the comments below. Do you really like the style? Do you think they're better maybe than the other previous FIFAs? Or do you think they're just something like myself that they'll grow on you? They're nothing special. They're not terrible either. They're in that middle ground, and they're something that's okay, because they've got to change things up, and it's definitely hard to think of different card styles to change to, and I don't think they're too bad. The packs actually look really, really cool. The nice little border at the bottom, I think they look really, really cool. So that is the full card that you can see the chemistry style on. But if you look at them in your squad, they're a little bit more condensed, and I've got to say I love the style around the cards. The stadium looks absolutely beautiful, far better than any FIFA today. Really nice little backdrop there, and I've got to say they don't look too bad here. They look more like markers, that you would see like on a map or something, rather than Ultimate Team cards. But they're not too bad, and they're definitely, as I said, something that are definitely going to grow on me. The last thing I actually want to really talk about is the Team of the Week cards. They actually showed in the trailer, they showed what the Team of the Week cards were going to be, or going to look like, and there you go. There's a close-up on Zuzak, the, I think, Hungarian winger from Dinamo Moscow, or Dinamo Moskva, and he looks really, really good. I do like the little blending glow that's going through from like the left corner to the right. I think that's really cool. It looks really dark. I like them. I can imagine the silvers looking really good in form, and the bronze as well looking quite good in form, although it doesn't really look too gold from this picture, but it could be a zoom up. It could look better when you have them in your squad, or when you have them in front of you, rather than just an image from the Team of the Week. So that's what the informs are going to look like. Put your views in the comments below. Next topic I want to talk about is next gen. For example, Xbox 360 versions and PS3 come out earlier than the next gen consoles on Xbox One and PS4. So how will this transition be? And I did say that there could be problems. You could buy the 360 version, go in to sell that game in 2 months, and have to start over afresh on a brand new account on a brand new machine. Well, that doesn't seem to be the case. You can share over your content on FIFA 14 from Xbox 360 to Xbox One and PS3 to PS4. This being club items, players, season divisions, foot trophies, and coins. Basically everything on your server, and you can transfer it over to Xbox One. That's a really, really cool thing. Also as well, there's a one-time transfer. You can only do this once, as it says in the title, or FIFA points. So convert your Microsoft points into FIFA points to buy packs. You can do this only once to transfer your 360 over to Xbox One and PS3 to PS4. On the trailer though, they only put this little thing in the bottom left corner, only on FIFA 14. So what this is basically meaning is you can do this, you can share your stuff over from 360 to Xbox One and the transfer of FIFA points, but you can only do it on FIFA 14, not on FIFA 15, because FIFA 15 will come out, it will come out on the current gen, which will be the next gen, Xbox One and PS4, but they'll still be doing it on Xbox 360 and PS3 like they did on the PS2. Obviously, they're not going to allow you to share things, and they're not going to allow the transition of FIFA points. So this is the best time to do it. Next topic is squad and actions. Here's the squad actions menu. As you can see from here, you can now change player roles and kit numbers. And the player roles are really going to be useful because you can change your left corner, right corner, short, free kick and long, penalties and captaincy. Also, you know, to make it more aesthetical, you don't want a captain to be someone who wouldn't be a captain in real life for that team. Penalties and free kicks, it's easier to set it here so you don't have to change it in game, and that's a really cool little addition to the game. Also, kit numbers or kit changes, you can now give the right numbers to the players of your choice. Again, a really nice aesthetical choice, even the substitutes as well. The last topic I want to talk about is menu and modes, and this is actually in the squad, so it's kind of still relevant to the last topic we talked about. And if you have a player vacant in your squad, you can now actually select that position and search price comparison results and check other players in that position. You can also do this with players you have in your packs. So for example, if you get a Benzema in your pack, you don't know how much he's worth, you can check the market and get a price comparison. That's a really cool little addition, and it does have the player rating and chemistry if it will improve your chemistry to the whole team. So that's a really cool thing. You can, I think, also bid from here as well to buy players and get them straight into your team. So that's a really nice, neat addition to the game. The next things are mainly the menus, and the search and filters have definitely improved in this game. You can now search players and names, which is a really nice addition. Also, it will have the different versions they have. For example, you can type in Messi and you will have the 300 different versions he will have out, his team of season, etc. And the cool thing of that is you won't get duped again for buying the second inform, the first inform when you didn't mean to. You know, sometimes there's 3 informs, you buy the second inform by mistake. That will not, or hopefully not happen. You can also search out those to find the one you want, which is kind of cool. It does get cluttered up, especially if they do have quite a few informs. You can also search chemistry styles, which I said earlier will definitely be a trading method to do, and quality and some other things that you can search as well. And also, in the other menus on the play section, there is now a online seasons up to Division 10. So instead of Division 5, there's now 10 divisions. That's a really cool thing because I did think the skill gap was really strange. It's like the lower divisions were kind of mixed, and then Division 2 and 3 sometimes were really mixed. Sometimes they're really bad, and sometimes you could get really good players there. I think with a longevity of it, 10 divisions, I think it takes longer to do, and you're definitely going to get a steady increase of ability as you go up the division. So that's a cool little thing. Also as well, online single matches are back, and I'm not 100% sure if the matchmaking is the same as FIFA 13. The matchmaking was absolutely crap. You can go into seasons and get a full gold team. I hope it's the proper matchmaking of ratings and stuff like that, rather than the matchmaking they got on FIFA 13. But online single matches are back, so hopefully the gameplay is fun. This mode will definitely make it as more fun. If you don't already know what online single matches are, they were on FIFA 12, I think the other previous FIFAs. They basically were a game mode which really had no point, but they made the game fun because you didn't have a trophy to go for, you didn't have a season to go up and get promoted. It created a casual atmosphere where you can create teams, hybrids, and you all get matched up against teams of that similar ability. You don't go into a with a bronze team and get absolutely matched up against a team, of gold, sweaty pace players. It's just the matchmaking is terrible in 13, so hopefully that will be an improvement. And also the last picture just showing the seasons as well, and the team of the week, as you can see there's the team of the week if you didn't see it already, and the layout itself. I've got to be honest, I'm a fan of the style itself. I think all the menus on FIFA 13 were really nice, but in FIFA 14 they are really good. The squads, I've got nothing to complain about with the style and the menus and the modes so far for FIFA 14. But put your views in the comments below, and I'll hopefully see you soon.